Hey guys, Andy here. Now, I've been really enjoying the live streams that we've been doing on Facebook. I'm doing live streams every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time and getting lots of Q&A with you guys asking questions live or in advance and answering you guys and giving my opinions and practice tips. And the thing that keeps coming up over and over again is having limited amount of time to practice and also not knowing what to practice when you do actually have that time on the instrument and you're wanting to progress and you don't know what to work on. Now, there are plenty of practice routines and things like that in my beginner's course book and download and DVD and all that kind of thing. But I just wanted to give you a quick top 5 principles and things that you can apply straight away to your practice in this one video. And this is very much inspired by my buddy Damien Keys, who also has a YouTube channel. And I'm going to be doing some work with Damien in the future, but I've been getting so many tips myself from him. He's a music educator and he's making a lot of YouTube videos recently helping musicians achieve their guitar playing goals and also band goals and music advice and social media advice and all that kind of thing. So this is my top 5, very much inspired by him. So the first point I want to make is this idea of playing versus practicing. We've all done it. We've all spent 2 hours, playing our guitar and strumming along to the songs that we know, and we think we're practicing, but after we do that, we're not really getting any better, week after week, and time goes by and we're not really making progress, and it can be very demoralizing. So the idea is when you do have this practice time where we're trying to get better, you have to know what you're trying to get out of that time. Otherwise, you can end up chasing your tail and not knowing where you're going to try and get forward. So what are you trying to achieve when it comes to this practice time? Are you trying to improve your technique or your chord knowledge? Are you trying to just increase your song repertoire, learn new songs? Polish up some of the old ones, what are you trying to achieve? So that's kind of short-term goal for that practice session. And also the bigger term goals. Where are you going with your guitar playing? What are you doing this for? If you have a good enough goal or reason to learn guitar and improves, even if it's just you want to be the guy that strums the guitar when you have a family gathering or a barbecue at some point, or for the Christmas period that will be coming upon us soon. You want to be that guy that does those. That's going to really influence what you're working on. You don't really want to be looking at a lot of lead guitar playing if your main goal is just to be able to strum some songs with your friends. Get that done first and achieve that goal and move on and do other things. So that sort of short-term goal of what this practice, even if it's just 10 minutes or so, what are you trying to achieve in that 10 minutes? And then those shorter term goals leading up to this bigger term goal, which could be recording yourself, it could be playing an open mic night, playing in front of your friends, playing along with friends and singing along around the campfire. Whatever it is, decide on it and stick to it. Point number 2, have a practice space. Now, this has been something that has always been an asset for me because of my family were very accepting of this, and I always, even if it was just the corner of my bedroom, I was always able to have an area set up just to listen to and listen to music, create music on a computer or record, and I have a space where I could practice guitar, practice piano, everything like that. Now, not everyone has this, but know if you don't have it, you are severely going to stunt your development. If you always practice guitar in the living room while there's other people around, kids running around, people calling you off to do other things, Facebook on in the background, all this noise, you're not going to make the progress that you need to. You need to find a way, even if it's not straight away, you need to find a way to have your own space which is quiet, where you can turn off your phone and everything else and just look at improving and practicing your instrument. Point number 3, get a practice routine. Now, as I say, there's plenty of practice routines that are in my beginner's course. After that, for improvers, intermediates and even advanced players, it varies so much between what you want to achieve. It is all down to your goals. Building short-term goals, these little things like improving your technique or learning more songs, but that build up to this bigger vision of where you want to be with your guitar playing in 3 months, for example, by Christmas or by Easter. Trying to get yourself somewhere and recording, playing with other people, playing with other musicians, playing live, even if it's just strumming guitar with friends, are great goals. You can even do these things online these days with things like Jam Kazam and stuff, where you can actually jam over a Skype type thing, but you can actually jam in real time, and it can sound really good with certain ones. So these are things that will really help you. But also what you need to do is make sure you break that routine and do change up the songs every now and again. As I say, every real 3 to 4 weeks, if you're practicing the same stuff, it's like if you go to the gym often and you just do the exact same things in the gym week after week, you'll get some progress after 3 or 4 weeks. But after that, your progress, or your gains as these guys call it, they're going to stagnate, and they're not going to be as much, because you need to constantly be shaking things up to make your body, your actual nervous system and your mind really stay sharp and keep your skills sharp. Point number 4, don't practice your mistakes. So this is another one that we can all be guilty of. We learn something that's a little bit tricky, or even if it's a basic 2-chord song, but we get to that point in the song that we don't know, and we stop, and then we start again from the beginning. Or we're learning a riff or a solo, and it's fine at the start because we play the start over and over again, but then we get to that trickier point, and we just make the same mistake over and over again, and then we go back to the start and just do the same thing, and we just get this cycle. What we need to do, rather than practicing exactly that, just going from the start again, you need to zoom in on your mistakes. And this is, an example of this is if you have a 4-bar riff or solo or something, practice the first bar on its own, and then move on and don't play that after you've got the general idea. Move on to bar 2 and practice that, and then practice bars 1 and 2 together. And once they're sounding something like, forget about them and move on to bar 3 and 4, and just study those in isolation, just starting from, say, bar 3 on its own, bar 4 on its own, bar 3 and 4 together, and then try and put that line all together. This was such a big help when I was learning more complex fingerstyle songs, and you get to bar 4 or something, and there'd be that move that you can't do, or something that you can never remember. If you keep going back to the start again, odds on you'll always play it exactly the same, and you're just practicing, so therefore solidifying the wrong way to do it. Not the thing to do. Zoom on the bit you can't do and get your head around it and pick it apart with the bare bones. Sometimes there's no other way to be able to do this other than having a private guitar teacher to talk you through it. But you'd be amazed by just having that concept of zooming in on just the 1 bar or the sequence of a couple of notes, or just the middle 8 of a song, for example, in the middle of a song, that you can't yet do. Zoom into that, treat it as a new thing, and don't practice playing it the wrong way. Work out what it needs to be and just go from that section. Finally, my biggest tip, the thing that I harp on about so much if you've been watching my lessons for a while, record yourself. Recording yourself can be so daunting, but it is the only way you can give yourself that external opinion, that external view that, for example, a teacher could give you, a music teacher, or like the audience. What do you sound like to other people? And this, I always equate this to listening to yourself back on an answer phone message or something. I record myself on videos and things, and I always think sometimes, oh crikey, I don't sound like that, do I? My voice is awful and things like that, or I look awful. But it's the only way that you can get the crucial feedback to how to improve. So I would highly recommend, the easiest way to do it is using the voice memos feature on your phone or mobile. Literally just videoing yourself with your phone or an iPad or anything, up to using Audacity on a PC, which is a free recording software, or GarageBand on Mac or iPad or anything. just to be able to regularly track your progress and see if you're getting better and what points you can take forward. So at least once a week. If you're not recording yourself once a week, especially if you're an improver, intermediate guitar player, you're not going to be making the progress you could unless you're going to be recording yourself. And that's where it gets so much easier to start doing things like improvising, like beginning songwriting, or just learning, picking apart how songs work, making a riff, making a chord sequence and learning how to play over it. Or even just getting a 2-chord song and trying to play along to the whole thing. How are you going to do that? Or how do you know when the performance has sort of started and ended unless you record it? It's such a crucial thing. It can give you that recording, like in this fashion that I'm talking about here, can give you that that playing with others. It's a very similar thing, recording yourself and playing along to a drum beat or a backing track or playing over what you've recorded already. Very similar skill and very similar practice thing to playing with other people, to jamming in a band, all these things that you want to do, even playing with others. Recording yourself just on your phone does count as a performance, in my opinion, for beginners to get over these first hurdles. So they're my top 5 points. I really hope that's helped you. I will link to the Damien Keys video that inspired this one. And thank you very much for watching. As I say, for my exact practice routines and content not available on YouTube, it's all available in my beginner guitar book, DVD, and all those products are also available as a download direct from andyguitar.co.uk. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.